Welcome once again to another episode of the Lancescurv show. We have a different style show today. We're speaking with Brother Carlton Peters from Liberia. We call it the Liberia Report with Carlton Peters. And what he wants to focus on is women and children in labor. And like I said, we have the internet and it's a wonderful thing. But again, we need to see ourselves as world citizens. We need to see ourselves as one people across the shores and not just in our relative countries, but across the world. And I really appreciate Brother Carlton Peters from Liberia taking the time to educate us directly, because as we well know, media across the board, whether it's in America or in the many countries in the motherland, Africa, when someone else speaks the happenings in the news, it's always slanted. It doesn't come out the way it's supposed to. So that's why I'm very glad that we have Brother Carlton Peters here to tell us what's going on in Liberia from the ground and from the mindset and from the souls of the working class people there. Brother Carlton, welcome once again. I'm glad you're here. And I want you to tell us how things are over there in Liberia and how is life and how are you?
Thank you, Mr. SCURV. I really appreciate again you giving me this time, and I appreciate you for spreading what is going on actually around the world, places that we cannot be able to reach via radio or via any other means. Once again, I'm Brother Carlton Peters. I'm speaking from West Africa, to be precise, Liberia. And I'm calling from the capital, Monrovia, named after the 5th President of the United States of America, James Monroe. I'll take this time and the opportunity given to me by Mr. SCURV and the SCURV Media Studio to be able to let the world to know about some issues that affect us in this part of the world, West Africa, Liberia. Recently, the First Lady of the United States of America, Madam Michelle Obama, and her 2 daughters, Mara and Shasha, visited Liberia. I was very fortunate to be in the part of Liberia, which is 45 miles from the capital, Monrovia, to be in the vicinity of where she went to meet the Peace Corps that have some activities and programs for less fortunate children, especially girls. Mm-hmm. First of all, I want to lament on women as a whole. Liberia is a country that is very rich with natural resources. Mm-hmm. The women here, they are very, very much limited when it comes to education and when it comes to basic necessities and other opportunities that they need. Even though we were the first in Africa to break the record by making a female president in Africa. Africans as a whole, we usually know men to be the head of the home. We give all respect and all honor to men, even though women are our counterpart and our companions. But I got so confused and I felt very much discouraged. I even was satisfied with the visit, but looking at the implementation of the Honorable First Lady from the United States to come here and have feelings and love for women to be educated in this part of the world, I know that it cannot be possible because few people are going to use the resources and 10% will not even benefit. As I speak to you right now, in Liberia, before a girl child reaches 15 years old, 72 to 73% get pregnant before reaching 15 or 16 years old. Wow. The percentage of children prostitution in Liberia is 69 to 70%.
Are you serious?
Children.
69%.
Very, very much
of the children in Liberia are indulging, in prostitution.
Yes.
So that means there's a lot of disease going on too. Also, there's a lot of STDs.
Come back with that lens, Mr. SCURV. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just asking that there must be a health problem with a lot of STDs over there with our youth over there in Liberia.
Yeah, the problem there is Liberia have been facing a problem with decentralization. Even though we have the United States Agency for International Development, which brings a lot of money to the country, helping to be able to get roads connected. Boko, Liberia is a country with counties, 15 counties. And these counties are not accessible. As I speak from Monrovia, to get to other counties, especially during the rainy season, there are some counties in the southeastern region you have to stay a week or a month on the road because of bad road network. And those counties are counties that there's chunko justice in the sense government agencies are not very active within the interior areas, to various township, districts, and chiefdoms and kingdoms. Meaning that women are more vulnerable, especially children, girls' children. Now, even in the capital city, you see children that have not reached the age of even 10 to 11 years old, women children, girls' children, they're all in between, they're on the traffic selling packet water, they're between the car selling biscuit and things to be able to get a survival. Now, most of these people go, they carry good platform, they carry good, they write good things down for people in the international diaspora to be able to fund these things. But the implementation is the problem. The first lady of the United States gives $27 million for girls in Liberia. And prior to her coming here, 69% of girls before they reach 16, they are either parents before 16, and 70% are prostitutes, and 85% are illiterate. For real. I'm speaking for real.
They don't have a chance if they're illiterate and they're not educated.
Yeah.
So
they're not educated.
That's another obstacle.
Not educated. Yeah, of course. Even though Liberia had produced the first female president, the Harvard graduate, but they are not doing anything. Liberia have been able to acquire a lot of resources from the international community in terms of cash, non-governmental organizations, in terms of aid and whatever, for gender equality and mainly to promote the girl child to give them education. But that is a different image to the international community. On this side, the implementation and the practicalization is another image. It's not really working. Even the $27 million the President of the United States gave Madam Michelle Obama, they're not going to do anything. If you're going to come in the next 2-3 years, you're still going to see girls, children, women as a whole. They won't have any basic skill or any form of education. Even into our government schools, we got few government schools that were built into accessible part of the counties by the United States Agency for International Development, dating back from 20, 30 years to 40, 50 years ago. The Peace Corps, I knew them when I was a kid. Going to school, the Peace Corps were here. They were here training, educating our people. And since after the Civil War, they have come back here, and they were the one that invited the American First Lady to come here to be able to see the need. And she spoke as a coach. She stated that I came to shine a light on you people. But my thing is, with the light that she came to shine, when it really reached to those that it's supposed to shine upon, when it really reflect or touch the lives of vulnerable girls, children that they live single, that in the streets, that they are not able to afford education. They even a daily meal, 1 square or 2 square meal, they are not able to afford. We're not talking about Monrovia, the capital. We're talking about 2, 3, 4 hours drive from Monrovia, 10, 12 hours drive from Monrovia into the municipal counties. We really need this very support and need this kind of programs. The NGOs, they come here, with the $27 million, they will put it into different budget, bring other NGOs for girls' education. They sit down, they rob big cars from the 5,000, 80,000 Land Cruisers. They sleep in the best hotels. I mean, they live good life. At the end of the day, it cannot be implemented.
Right.
So what I'm trying to say, let the West start playing Margaret out of us. Let them start making the world to feel that they have some significant impact in the lives of people here when it comes to helping people to get education and whatever. It is not working that way. Girls, children here, they are vulnerable. Besides them being prostitutes, majority of the girls, even if you do a ratio in the schools, if you have 100 people that attend a school, elementary or junior or senior high school, you will find out that 80 are boys and 20 are girls. Now, before those 20 reach to junior high, which is the 9th grade, you will find 10 dropping either 5 or 6 pregnancy and 4 maybe prostitution. That's the ratio. For real, I'm giving you. So you find more T8 pregnancy. You find born babies here more than any other part of the world right now. I'm not talking about even Asia, even though it's Asia, but I'm speaking about my country where I know where I was born and I grew up. We get the big money. We see these big programs watching the TV, but it's not reaching and touching the lives of our people, meaning our girls' children. And we have been professed and being shown into the world as one of the country that have the first female president, but it's not working like that. Then one of the things I want the world to know too is that labor in this country is very, very bad because of maximum corruption. You come here to this country, you go to school, what a skillful unskillful labor, you cannot even be able to make $100 a month. Now,
are you serious?
If you are a guy that
are you serious? Yes, a whole dollar.
I'm very serious.
$1 for the whole month.
$100 United States dollar, the equivalent, which is about 9,600 Liberian dollars, because the rate here is 96 Liberian dollars to $1. 96 Liberian dollars to $1.
Wow.
Meaning that each $100 you change is 9,600 Liberian dollars, which cannot even pay a kindergarten or nursery kid first semester tuition, because people pay 23,000 Liberian dollars for yearly tuition for nursery. Okay, so what I'm saying here is because of maximum corruption, we found problem here. Even we found the House of Representatives, they are not signing bills that will be in the interest of the people. The Decent Work Bill, because prior to the Decent Work Bill that they said they just signed recently, unskillful labor were making like 25 to 30 United States dollars a month. That means people who work in the department store or other stores that they work in the warehouses, they tow heavy loads, pack things, and all that kind of things. And people who graduate from high school, they were paying them 60 to 70 United States dollars a month, which cannot be able to do any other thing. Now, the Lebanese man or the Indian man or the Asian man comes here, he opens a business here, he bribes or he gets his clearance and everything else. He pay you whatever he wants to pay you. And you go to labor, they cannot do any other thing. We got a very bad labor practice. So if you work from 20 years or 70 years old to 51 years old, you cannot be able to achieve or acquire anything, because we have a very low GDP and PPP, because the salary structure is very low here.
So, brother, would you say that it's just an overall sense of hopelessness there? Just you have to do what you have to do at the moment, and morals are compromised, and it's just a way of life just to do whatever you need to do to get by. Would you agree with that? That it's just a sense of hopelessness?
Definitely. There's a sense of hopelessness. We are living with all hope. I mean, then we sit there in the world. Liberia, the country, produced the first female president, a Harvard graduate, and we fought civil war after that. We're not expecting people to come and spoon feed us. We're not expecting people to come and drop manna from the sky. But the basic things that are to be in place, they are not in place. Now, there's an issue I want to talk about that is now unfolding in Liberia. The House of Legislature. We have 3 branches of government here: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The House of Legislature, we have senators and representatives. There's a company that came here to sign a concession for a very important and virgin area, which is a mountain. It's located in northern Liberia. The name of the mountain is Wologisi Mountain. And this company came, and can you imagine? We have the Bureau of Concession here. We have the National Investment Commission. We have other agency responsible for certifying a company to give them concession, depending on if they can meet up with the requirement of the government. Now, what really happened here is the concession areas, they had the inhabitants within the interior, the counties. The indigenous people there, they don't have roads, they don't have schools, they don't have healthcare, they don't have hospital. But can you imagine the government will sign and give people concession at worth 10, 15, 20, $100 million, and the people come and take our resources and the concession, the people that are the inhabitants of that particular area that they are exporting those resources from, they don't even have roads, they don't even have schools, they are not educated, they're illiterate, even scholarships to train them into that profession, and whether mining, whether be it in the kind of special.
I think we had a disconnection here. I'm going to wait for him to call back. We are speaking long distance with Brother Peters, and so these things are to be expected. So let me see. Let's just hold a little bit. Hold on for a second, because the service there can sometimes basically suck. Okay, and really we don't know how the cell towers, because I do believe it's a cell phone that he's calling from. And he did say the service was a lot better. He did say also that it was raining really bad over there. So I don't know if I have to cut this now, but I'm going to hold on tight for a while. Here he is. Beautiful. I knew he'd come back. Hold on tight, people. Yes, brother, we got you back. We got you back. Is it still raining bad over there?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I was saying, we are in the rainy season, and we're sorry for interference.
Yes.
It's raining heavily here.
Yeah.
We have a tropical forest, and we are experiencing rainy season. Usually from April 15 to October 15 is our rainy season, 6 months. So we are experiencing rainy season right here now in Liberia, West Africa, in our region. As I was saying, these expert camps, these company camps, the local government agents are responsible to make them to sign this concession agreement. They bribe them. Now, global witness is an issue right now. I think if you go to Google and you Google global witness, there's a company based in London, and they have a branch in South Africa. That's a multi-billion-dollar mining company. They came to my country, and they met a senator who is a lawyer, and they gave him $950,000 United States dollars to spread to other people that are significant and important in making them to get the concession, and so that they can be able to be granted a concession that have a more than $20 or $30 billion investment of people sit on our mountain. But then the case came out where the company spared the money and the concession were not given to them, and they decided to allow.
Yes. And
there was a listing given from the senator and a consultant, which a former president pro tempore for our government, which is a geologist, and he was given 10,000, and the National Investment Commission boss at the time was giving. He used to work on Wall Street in New York. I won't call his name here. He came to this government, because both of our ministers and our people here, they are imported from the United States. Because the United Liberal Association in the Americas, they pay dues. And when government comes to power here, both of our ministers, deputy ministers, and other important people, even they come here, decide them, they send people here to run for legislative, senatorial, representative position. They spend money, and they win, and they don't have the country at heart. So the Speaker of the House of Representatives was getting 75,000 from the 950,000. The National Investment Board was giving 20,000. Other people that connected to the concession area were giving different kind of money. The head of the National Security of Liberia, the NSA, which is the son of the president, he was giving money too. And then the lesson from Global Witness stated that they had two names that were not stipulated, but rather it was they used an adjective for those names. We are Big Boy 1 and Big Boy 2. I repeat, Big Boy 1, 250,000. Big Boy 2, 250,000. All this money was from the 950,000 that was given to a legal counselor who is a Yale law, graduate from Yale Law School. He's a senator here. He's a lawyer. He served as the legal guardian for the company that comes for this concession. And he told them that if they give him this money to spread around, they are going to be granted a clearance to operate here. Now, I want something to be clear there, Lance. The county that this concession, this natural resources is in, is about 10 to 12 hour drive from Monrovia. This county is not accessible completely by road, only during the dry season. It's an off-road. Since 1847, July 26, we were declared independent nation. This country has not been able to be accessible by coal tar, the byproduct, which is the byproduct for coal oil. The cheapest road which we have in our country, we use it. Not concrete street, but coal tar, which we use to build our roads here. They have not been able to get that. They have produced 2 vice presidents that have hailed from that county, Lofa County. It's in northern Liberia, one of the biggest counties. The concession, the area that this mountain is from, that the 950,000 was given to this senator, who is a legal counselor in a Harvard, in a Yale, he graduated from Yale Law School. He served as a senator here, and he is the chairman for the ruling party, the party of which the president is from, the ruling party, the incumbent party right now. He is the chairman for that party and a senator. Global Warming came out to alarm, and that the issue is in the country. So the House of Parliament went to section to say that the speaker should not conduct section. He should resign, or he should step down so that he can be able to go and justify into court. The president's son appeared. The counselor, the senator, who is the legal advisor for the company that gave him the $950,000 to spread so that they can be able to have a concession. While the poor people, the indigenous and poor people that are living within that concession area, in that county, they don't have roads, school, hospital. People are discussing their natural resources that God given and blessed geographical resources. They are discussing it in the capital Monrovia and eating money while they live in abject poverty and lack basic needs and necessities. Now, when it came out, global was making to alarm. That's a current issue. If you go to Front Page Africa, if you go and search on the internet, you see the story there, the corruption scandal from the House of National Legislature. It's a current issue into this country. Up to now, the House are divided into 2. But now the executive have been able to send money into the House so that they can vote to impeach the speaker, who received $75,000 of this money. And the speaker has his own group that is in favor of him. So the executive were not able to manipulate the House to be able to get that to impeach the speaker. Now, the speaker said he cannot step down. So certain representatives are not appearing for section. People that we voted for to represent us, to pass law, to make laws, to have oversight and other things, they are not going just because of this scandal. Now, who is the big boy 1? We don't know. Who is the big boy 2? We don't know. But $250,000 allotted for them was into this breakdown of the $950,000 that was given to the senator. Okay, now the president the president organized a task force. We have the General Auditing Commission here. Then we even have the Anti-Corruption Commission, the LAC. They are there to check on governmental agencies to check whether they are corrupt or not. But then the president went and organized a task force to investigate the matter. The task force went for the senator to appear to court. The senator refused to appear to court. Now, the ruling party sent people along with the Secretary General to go to this lawyer house, this senator who took the $950,000 to go and put a defense against the police and against the sheriff from the court, against him receiving the writ of summons. And after 2 days, the pressure from the community, the Liberian people, talk show, host show, radio shows, he appeared to court. They filed a bond for the senator to reappear into court. But after a week, the bond was considered to be an invalid bond. That means the three branches are corrupt. Now, these people from this county, which is Lofa County, northern Liberia, is a very mountainous county, very rich, tropical forest county. Their resources have been discussed, and people are getting money, squandering them, using it for the individual, the personal aggrandizement, with all the benefits of these people. Now, because the executive branch is corrupt, the legislature become corrupt. Now, I mean, where is the fate of the people? We are living in a country of no hope. Now, Michelle Obama came here to get 27 million. What if it goes to the Peace Corps? What if some comes to the government? How sure are we that our girls going to be able to benefit from that money for them to have a piece of education? Because here, 90% of our girls are illiterate. 60 to 70% get pregnant before they can even reach elementary if they have the access to go to school. So I look at it to be a complete, I don't understand, I don't know the word to use. Now that I was saying, global witness is on the issue of this corruption. Now, the senator and the lawyer, the legal advisor to this company, the mining company that has given him this money, he is the chairman of the ruling party of which the president is from. And up to now, there is nothing going on. The president sent a task force to go to London, to go to the United States, to do fact-finding, to come back on the issue, and that is our money. They go to big hotels, they go, they enjoy themselves, they come back, and everything goes with impunity. So that is why we are saying the idea, the era of labor, winning, corruption, it remains the order of the day. Women are not prioritized here. Why should they be taking money from the American people coffers? Because the money the first layer of the United States government gives to Liberia is taxpayer money. It will not benefit the girls' children here. It will not benefit them. Can you imagine? You say give hundreds of millions yearly taxpayers from the United States. The United States Agency for International Development gives this money for federal roads. The government here, they take people from the United States, Liberians from the United States that have companies here, construction companies. They don't even have the full equipment. They come to give them this contract. When they get the contract to them, if the contract is $2-3 million, to award the contract, the people that are awarding the contract in the government will eat $1 million. They award the contract to somebody that is not equipped, and they cannot be able to deliver the goods. So all the money the people send here, they're not doing the proper work. As I speak to you, Lofa County, we are in the rainy season now. If you have to drive 7 to 8 hours to get to Lofa, maybe you will probably take a week on the road because the roads are bad. SUV, 4x4, you can't even make it on the road because the road are not being maintained, or it is still an off road since 1847. So Michelle Obama coming to Liberia, coming to say she came to put a light on the girls' children, to make sure that they get an education, to make sure that they get electric. It's fake. What I'm saying is fake. What I'm saying, it will not be particularized, and they will not have, the girls will not benefit, because this is a corrupt nation, and the West is still not trying to recognize that this government is highly corrupt, because they favor the leader of this government. And I don't know, because the leader is a Harvard graduate, or the leader have worked in the diaspora with United Nations, World Bank, and every other kind of thing. But they're not really delivering the goods. So the American people money become a waste. Taxpayer money become a waste. Because when you say come and conduct a census or do a case study, you will not even find 10 or 15% of the girls' children be able to get an elementary education. We have schools here that you say built here. We call government schools, public schools. If you come here, Lance, if I have time, I will go and take some photos and send it to you.
Please
you
do.
See people sitting on bricks to copy notes. Public schools, you see people sitting on bricks to copy notes. That is for real, for reality. And you also see Liberia is a country that has, we did the census. I work with the National Population Housing Census 2008. Since 50 to 60 years, the census that was conducted, the National Population Housing Census was conducted 2008 by LIGIS, the Liberia Institute for Statistics and Geo-Information Services. We conducted the census. I took part. I was an enumerator. We went and found out that 90% of our people are living in areas that they are not able to get safe drinking water. They are not able to get health facilities. Most of the girls' children that get pregnant under age before they give birth, they die in giving birth because they will put them in a coma. Like slavery days. Hammer is something that you put people in. It's HAMMER. It's something you put people in to move them from one distance to another. They put pregnant women into that hammer. They walk them 6-7 hours before they can get to accessible road from the villages. So can you tell me, for God's sake, will the person not die in pain? Or pregnant girl or woman? So when we want to do the census, we found out that we are still living in the caveman era. This Giganthropus days and the Homo sapien and Homo erectus days, because you found out that a country that is just very small. One island is almost like 1.5 times bigger than Liberia. I'm not talking about New York. New York and Liberia could be 15 or 20 times the size. New York is 30 or 40 times bigger than Liberia. Okay, now, in this country with 4.5 million population, a country that is rich with natural resources, like we discover crude oil, we have diamond, we have gold, we have rubber, we have timber, we have silver, we have bauxite, we have uranium. We come second to Panama on the International Maritime Registry. Our country, the ships that fly flags, our country comes second. Our flags are flown. The second highest and largest flown flag on ships in the world is Liberia. We are next to Panama. We don't import rocks. We don't import sail. We don't import other things like timber. We have everything that geographically we have been blessed. Why will we already begging for aid? Why will we already behaving very sorrowful that we don't have any other thing? It's because our resources have been mismanaged. We are highly corrupt. What about our corrupt resources, the benefits and the corrupt resources, the cash from them, they go to America. Now, our president, when she retired, her retirement castle is in North Carolina, the United States. Because according to President Obama, I monitor him, he stated that it would be the first time for a government to remain in office and turn over to another elected government. That would be the first time for Liberia to set such record, which is this government, headed by President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the first female president in Liberia and the first female president to ever be the first female president ever in Africa. Okay, now, why will somebody that will only preach that children are being victimized, women are being victimized, and they prepare good platform, they write good and programs and projects to win people from the West and other things, and they're not implementing these things. That's the problem we have here, Mr. SCURV. That's a serious problem. So Michelle Obama visit to Africa, especially Liberia. I think Morocco, they have a good structure. They will benefit from the 100 million. But the girls in Liberia, they will not benefit. We already have a higher prostitution rate between the age of 10 years old to 15 years old. We have higher prostitution rate. We're not discussing religion, Muslim, Christian, atheists, free thinkers. We're not discussing that. We're discussing on a general basis. Then we have from first grade to 9th grade, below 10% girls enrollment, below of every 100% girls enrollment into schools are like 8% or 8.2%. Okay, when Michelle came, she drove 45 miles from the capital, Kakata. Is the capital for the next county next to Maserado, which hosts Monrovia. The main capital is Kakata, Margibi County. She left from the Robert International Airport. I saw the flight. The flight is only the United States of America, because I know Air Force One cannot land on our airport. Our airport is very small, even though we are one of the oldest countries in Africa next to Ethiopia. We are 169 years old, very rich and very corrupt. But she drove through the Firestone plantation. I tell you, Liberia is the second largest producer of rubber in the world, and it's owned by an American multi-billionaire, Firestone. We should cater within the vicinity of the Firestone rubber plantation. And there's where the American First Lady, when she landed, she drove through the rubber plantation to get to Kakatan because Firestone Falls was in Margibi County and the Airport Falls was in Margibi County. So it took her probably like 35 minutes to get to where she was going to see those girls. And I was fortunate to be in Kakatan. I was there. I saw all the suburbans, Chevrolet suburban, all the U.S. Embassy cars and everything. I was there because we were coming from Banga, which is the central Liberia, where Charles Taylor used to use as his headquarters when he was launching his revolution. When we entered Kakatan, it was 11:15. 100 cars were parked because the First Lady of the United States of America will be entering the next 1 hour. So they parked 100 cars, of one of which I was in, were parked that we shouldn't move from 11:15. We should sit until 6:15, only because Michelle Obama has come to Liberia to shine the light on our unfortunate and less facilitated, uneducated, children that don't have the privilege and opportunity to have an education. She came to shine the light upon them. And we sat down there at the checkpoint up to 4:15, 5:30. Michelle Obama came and gave 45 minutes. She addressed and she left in 1 or 2 hours time. And the state kept us sitting, meaning that she should leave the whole territorial area before we can move. We don't have a problem with that. We know the United States of America is the world superpower and the most influential and most powerful country in the world. But our problem is, do the American people really do counter-checking on this aid and this thing that they give? They profess to be the good Samaritan to help the world. They profess to change the world. They go and give money to people. Do they counter-check to know whether these monies are used for the intended purposes? Whether people become the principal beneficiary of these things that they are doing?
Yeah, well, once they give that money up, it's like they don't monitor and make sure it gets in the right hands to go to the right places it's supposed to go. It's just a superficial gesture. You see, they'll report in the papers on this end of the shore that we gave this country this amount, we gave that country this amount, and the people who are here will applaud and say, oh, it's a feel-good moment because we Americans are doing so much for everybody else, yet we're in debt to other countries also. And we have so much turmoil and different things going on over here. And we're going to focus on Liberia. But have you heard about what happened in Dallas, Texas last night? Did you hear about it?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, see, this is worldwide.
I saw.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard it. I saw it because I'm subscribing to the Washington Post. I subscribe to the Washington Post because I got a Kindle Fire. I'm using a Kindle Fire. I subscribe to the Washington Post. So every news, everything that happens, I get it on a daily basis from the Washington Post. Actually, Lance, what I'm really trying to say here is, now, 12 years, this woman has ruled this country. We still live in at their property. The electricity rate is still high. Tuition are high. Government has not been able to decentralize vocational institutions into the various counties. We don't have road network. But I listened to Deborah Malak, the American ambassador that was here before they just sent another ambassador here. The vice president for this country is Mr. Honorable Joseph Numa Boyka. He served as vice president for like 12 years because we are approaching election. We did win the election in the next 10 to 12 months. In the next 18 months, 10 to 12 months. The vice president to our president, he's running as president. Now, we know the American vice president is Joe Biden. The duty of the vice president is to assist president. And what we say here is Washington, the American Washington is eyeing and is standing with Boycott. Okay, Washington has been standing with Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf for 12 years now, and she has not been able to give. She has not been. Just imagine for a woman to become a president, then the rate of prostitution increases. There's no program for girls' children. I mean, teenage pregnancies increases, and also children being self-reared, don't have the opportunity, don't have any need to go to school. All the NGOs, they don't have. You come here, you go from county to county, community to community. Girls are being victimized. I mean, from the age of as early as 10 years to 14 years old girls know about life. We are even getting people to be pregnant between the age of 11 to 14 years old. Now, this woman has ruled this country she led this country for 12 years. She's 12 years now. She's going to be turning over power. The president of the United States made a speech and said that if that happens, I think Liberia is going to be on the pace of democracy, and he wished to see that happen. Okay, now, Washington is commending her assistant, which is her vice president, who is running. As I speak to you now, because today is the last day of the party convention of the president, vice president, who is going to be running. And they are having it in central Liberia, Banga. Can you imagine 50-some% of our senators who are supposed to be here to be in session? They are not here. They left on Wednesday. Normally, our section hours, the time of section in our House of Parliament is Tuesday and Thursday. They left on Wednesday. They all went to Banga because they heard that Washington is standing beside Joseph Boyka, and because Liberia is a country, whatever America says, it becomes a must. Now, they left and they went to Banga, which is the central part of Liberia, where they are having a convention, where Joseph Boyka is going to run to succeed to be senator of the ruling incumbent party, which is the Unity Party, of which Mother Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the Harvard graduate, Africa's first female president, that party. Now, our representatives, our senators, they have left. Can you imagine even George Weah, who is the native, who the common people say he's native, he's going to be, he's a grassrooter, he will come and make sure and deliver the people. I've never heard, since I've been knowing myself, from elementary to junior high to high school, even to college dropout, of which I am, I've never heard an opposition or staunch opposition to go to another party convention, national convention. I believe it is only for the senior partisans of that party and the civil society. But for the senator of the most opposition party to go to the convention, and we are hearing from he is saying that he is going to go as vice president to this guy who is the vice president. He's going to go as vice president to Joseph Boyka, who is our current vice president, who is going to take over to succeed Mother Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Are we now heading into abject poverty and frustration for another 12 years? Is it because he has to succeed Ellen because he has to finish what the West wants? Or is it because he has to accomplish the concessions that were signed by Western companies? Or he has to make sure that those things that she didn't complete, so that he can complete it just because it's in the interest of the West? I tell you for free, I tell the world for free. Liberian president, the leadership here, they don't have interest into the citizenry, they don't have interest into the people. They feel that if they can score 90% on a grade sheet, they can score B, C, or A to satisfy the West. And why the people living at their property, where they don't have health facility, they don't have chance to go to school, tuition are high, no good rules. People live like animals. People are not connected. Can you imagine? Even to get on the internet, it's not a small problem here. Can you imagine? So a country which is 169 years old, we take instruction from Washington. But look at America. Look at the policy. Look at what they do for the people. Right. We're not saying that you should spoon feed people. In every country, they have poverty. They have a second class, middle class, first class. But our condition is worse. Very, 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 very worse. So what I'm trying to let the world to know that Michelle Obama visit to Liberia is a prank. Don't mean I call it a prank. I don't know the word to use because it will not benefit the girls that are being victimized besides the Civil War. The Civil Wars were fought. It's over. Telling the Harvard graduate has led us for 12 years. And part of our prostitutes are girls. Part of the girls children here from the age of 10 to 14, they are becoming parents. Can you imagine babies, born babies? Mm-hmm. Babies are not even able to take care of themselves, then they are having babies. it become a problem. The 27 million, they're just going to eat it.
I mean, they can't guide and raise proper children when they're children themselves, especially when them having the children pretty much was a reactionary thing. It wasn't something that they planned and set up for, and that's the way it is across the world and here in America also. And it's just going to compound the problem, because where's the guidance? You see?
Yeah, that's it. Now, the big ball 1, big ball 2 situation I was talking about, if the senator or your school of law graduate serve as a legal advisor to a company that comes from London that have a base in South Africa, and this company came and gave $950,000 for him to be able to infiltrate the system so that they can be able to sign a concession. And Dr. Richard Talbot, who used to be on Wall Street, who served as chairman of the National Investment Commission of the Republic of Liberia. And that scandal came about 2010. And Global Witness just talked it out, because Global Witness is a whistleblower. Yeah, they're a whistleblower. They talk it out, and the president have put a task force together. She has sent a delegation to London and to the United States, to Washington, to do one or two things. I just believe that it is not, because the Speaker of the House of Representatives still presides and still conducts session. And he was given $75,000. And the son of the president, who is the head of the National Security Agency, the NSA, he was giving money to. That means that, Lance, any NGO or any multi-million-dollar investment company that comes here, they come to this county to take money, to take resources. The people don't become a beneficiary. First of all, what they do, they give money for people that are signatory, that are to sign documents to give them clearance for operation. These people eat the money. Then what become of the indigenous people that live within the area, that they are going to do the mining, that are going to do the logging, that they are going to do the different kind of extraction of resources? What become of those people? Right. What become of those people? What become of them?
We need them.
The world will say, oh, that's not a problem. We can work with that. I just think this. I just think that. I just think this. I just think that they can make it this. It's not working that way. If you come to Liberia, if you check from what I'm saying it today, July 7 or 8, July 8 or 7, I'm saying it today. If you check Liberia from now to the next 1 or 2 years, you will find out that the ratio of teenage pregnancy will increase from 45% to 65%. You will find out that the ratio of teenage illiteracy, winning illiteracy, girls illiteracy will increase from 80% to 95 or 92%. So people shouldn't be using us as a mean, to be using us as a pawn in the chess game. We shouldn't be taking the bullet. We shouldn't be on the media, the BBC, the Al Jazeera, the CNN, the Washington News, the CBS, I don't know, New York Times. President Obama, wife Michelle went to Africa. She gave $27 million to Liberia for girls' education. That is a complete. I don't understand what to say. It's not going to be used. Even we have 1.7 million girls, children that don't go to school here. You will not even find 1% to benefit from that. You will not even find 1,000 girls that will benefit from that. And even if they are finding girls, they are finding girls from the elite. People who their parents are deputy ministers, are directors, those are the people that are going to put on the scholarship. Those are the people that are going to make the benefit. Instead of going to the rural communities and counties, areas that are not accessible, the villages, to go and prepare original or centers or service center to make sure that these people, these children, are being looked after, have been recruited into schools, have been taken care of, have given small staffing, and I've been taken care of. That will work.
Let me ask you a question.
So why people?
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Do you have a problem there in Liberia with missing children?
Yeah, we have that problem here.
And
that's one of the big problems.
do they what's the success rate of finding these missing children? Because I have a theory over here in America, and I do believe it's worldwide, that many of our children and young men and young women, especially those who are victims of crime or those who are just straight out missing, they're killed and used for their organs. You know, when you have,
thank you very much.
yes, you have, you know, rich, powerful people who may be getting up in age. They have all the money in the world, but they're so determined to live longer, and they don't care how they get those organs. And you know, you're supposed to get in line if you're waiting for kidneys or you're waiting for a liver transplant. But I do believe that many of the so-called elite, they get to the head of the line and they have the money to say, hey, go out and find someone for me who doesn't have the pedigree and doesn't have the status, and it won't be a big thing in the mainstream if they turn up missing, because I need to live, because my life is better. I need those kidneys. I need that liver. So you understand where I'm going with this. You would think that in a country like Liberia, which, you know, all countries have their problems, but they have an extreme problem there, just like we have extreme problems here. But off the beaten path, for those who don't live in the capital of Liberia, for those who are not in contact with media, especially when you tell me how high the rate of prostitution is for young girls, 69%. So basically, you're telling me that's more than, if you have 3 young girls, 2 of them are going to be prostitutes. So we know how prostitutes, and I'm not calling them that, but those who are forced into that, the world doesn't look too highly of them. They say, oh, they can do better. They can get an education. They can do this. But for those who can't get an education, look, how are we going to go after living our dreams when survival and the next plate of food is on our mind? We can't go going after our dreams when we're thinking in survival mode. And when you have someone who is hungry, hunger is a heck of a thing. Poverty is a heck of a thing. And you combine that with hopelessness, it's a wrap, especially when you don't have elders maybe in your immediate midst to guide you and show you how to come out of that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. SCURV. It's an opportunity again, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to elaborate on this. This is one of the fewer problems we have here. And mostly 30% maybe missing children are used for maybe, we have child trafficking here too. We have child trafficking here. But mostly our things happen during the period of election.
Yeah.
Because we have some society here. I'm not talking about the Mason and UBS, even though they are the part of it, but we have most of the Masons, the society here, they do rituals. Most of the children that get missing here, they are found with their private parts extracted. Either their mouth, their lips, their breast, their private parts, certain private parts. And children are not protected here, especially during election time. Mm-hmm. Mostly, children become vulnerable to 80% here more election times because the society and the norms of the TRP, the traditional or religious practices, or I would not call it religious, the traditional practices here, the people use young children, mainly female parts, for power. That's one of the big problems we got here.
Really?
Now, most of the people get missing here. Just day before yesterday, 3 children got missing. It was on the TV. 3 children. One is 9 years, one is 6, and the other is like between 2 to 3 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. It normally happens here. And there's a county here we call Maryland. I think you got Maryland in the United States.
Yes, we do.
Got a county here we call Maryland County. Mm-hmm. The capital is Harper. Maryland became part of Liberia in 1857, because Liberia became independent in 1847. It was founded by Scottish and few Americans. The Tubmans, the Scots, the Andersons, 3 slaves from the United States, the Tubman. Yeah. I think you have one Tubman in the Black history in America. I know Harriet Tubman. Mm-hmm. The Tubman, the Anderson, and the Scots. Few Scottish people and 3 slaves Americans came by way of water to Maryland. And Maryland did not become part of Liberia until 1857, 10 years after Liberia became independent. Now, they have a society into that county which is responsible for making people to love, be a child, adult, or not, but mostly children. Now, let me come to the point there. Liberia is vulnerable when it comes to protecting children. We have a whole lot of cases of missing children into this country. That's a whole lot of cases because we don't even have electronics. We don't have, can you imagine, we are not registered with international satellite when it comes to, even when we're having a national league. Now we play other countries, like we go to play country like Nigeria or South Africa, they come to play, we don't receive relay on our television because we're not paying for those services. Okay, now, children here, they are vulnerable. We have a lot of cases here of child trafficking, one. We have a lot of times here we see children, their body then disposed of into swamplands, savage bush and other areas that their parts have been taken. Now, mostly it happens, 90% or 82% happens out of Monrovia, the capital, which is Maserati. Most of these big guys that want government position, that want power, they go to the interior, into the rural counties area, because children, they are vulnerable. Because can you imagine, a girl that is 5 to 6 years old, she goes to do child labor in the sense she goes to sell. She got a small leg trail on her hair, like the breakfast trail, and like bananas or peanuts. They tie into sackets or packs, and she goes around to sell. She alone. She doesn't have the strength. Now, is she walking on a motor road area, or 2-3 children going to sell on a motor road area, and all expecting a black SUV or a caravan come and stop, and this able-bodied guy, this bouncer that sent to the big nightclubs, because these are the paid guys that they use to do that. They come and collect those children and carry them. You will see them. We have a lot of children news come up in the newspaper, television, radio station, announcement, and the children get missing here for nothing. I think that one of the things that the first lady should invest in protecting children, because if you can protect the children, then before when they are protected, before they can be able to go and get an education. When they are not protected, they can't get an education. How do they go to school when they are not protected, especially into this area that are not really too much accessible, the legal counties. Even to the county that she went to, that she went and stated that she wanted to shine the light. 90% of the girls children that are in darkness. I don't even know whether the light that she carries is going to shine to even 10 to 20%. Okay. Now, my answer to your question here is yes. Liberia is vulnerable. The children are vulnerable when it comes to missing children. A lot of children have been missing here, and up to today, thousands of children, and they go with impunity. There's nothing about it. Especially we are expecting another presidential election. That's where a lot of people get missing. Then when we're having a representative and senator elections for representatives, senators, people get missing. You understand? And when they are put into the government, like there are spaces, vacancies for government agencies, children get missing a lot because a lot of people do rituals with them.
Right.
They start trafficking. They do rituals with them so that they can be able to be appointed by the president or to be given jobs.
Wow.
That's a common thing. The children are very much vulnerable here, and they are not protected, be it male or female. Mainly the girls' children.
So
90% of girls' children are vulnerable.
Tell me a little bit more about that. They'll do rituals with them.
Yes, they do rituals. They take their private parts, and mostly for virgin girls' children. Virgin girls' children. Mostly they are abused with rape. Can you imagine a 30-year-old man raping a 6, 7, 8 years old girl? Can you imagine that, Lance? That happens here for common.
And so,
can you imagine?
Not only that, but could you...
my Bible. Yeah, I'm a Christian, even though I'm not discussing religion.
Right.
I believe in God. Even an atheist or a free thinker or whosoever, Judaism, Buddhist, I don't know what to say. But 8-year-old girls get raped by a 30-year-old person. Can you imagine a baby who has not reached 1 year old get raped by a 50-year-old man? Those are cases that have been happening here or real currently.
And so there's really, the justice is just out of control. they get away with this, and the trauma inflicted on these young girls and boys just go.
Yeah.
They just go without being dealt with.
They go with impunity. They go with impunity. Now we have a president who, since she came to power, she have acted and made the rape law to be very strong. Okay. Now the rape law is very strong, but a lot of children, girls' children, are still being raped. And they're being raped in a private part taken up, or some of them are raped, they go and dispose them off into savage beaches or on the sidewalk or some avenues. They throw them out of brains and stuff, and they cannot get those people. And even if people are caught, normally from the beginning when she took over 2000 or first term, she was not very hard. The rape law was there, but it was compromised mostly by the security apparatus and the justice system. I tell you for free, the justice system decides the budget, the national budget for justice. The United Nations Development Program, the United Nations Office for Project Services, they really give money and they help to sponsor programs when it comes to the justice. Even what we call the government lawyers, who we call public defender. All the vehicles they use that cost $24,000 United States dollars, 4 Ranger pickup trucks, they have been provided by the UNDP, United Nations Development Program. All their stipends and their salaries have been provided by the UNDP. But still, there's a high level of corruption into the justice system. If you come to our Temple of Justice in Liberia, on the Capitol Hill, where we have the executive mansion, the House of Parliament, the Capitol building, and the Temple of Justice, you will see a lady with a scarf tied on her face, and you will see the statement under there, "Let justice be done to all." But that's a fake. Justice is not done to all here, Lance.
Right.
Justice is only done to those that have money and those that have a power position in the government, entrepreneurs, business CEOs, those people that can just make a telephone call, that can just give a check to law enforcers and justice enforcers. The poor people don't have justice. Let's forget about the poor people, even the middle class, especially the wayward children, like brought forth 14, 15 years of civil war. They got some kids here from their father to their uncle to whoever family member. Everybody left within the war. Now let's forget about the war. Come to the time of Ebola, the crisis. Whole family died in Ebola. A lot of families. Some, the mother died, the father died, the brothers, the uncle died. The children from 6 months to 9 months to 1 year to 2 years left. And some of them were treated, they survived. But they live without mother, father. There's no program for them here. They're vulnerable. They can get people use for rape. They can be raped. They don't have family alive. Nobody speaks for them. Easy. Your father, your mother is alive, and she doesn't have money. Forget about it. Then where you are, I'm talking about, if your father and your mother and you don't have any or connections, or you don't have any support system, and you get disadvantage. Somebody takes disadvantage of you. You don't have no justice.
That's right.
You don't have. That's what I regret. I don't know what America is coming into it too. I'm speaking to the world. For a female to become a president is that's a problem. I don't know how you take it to be. I don't know whoever that is listening to me take it to be. That's a big mistake Africa I ever made. Can you imagine? Why should a woman become president and women become vulnerable, women become victimized? Girls, teenagers, children become raped. They don't have access to go to school. They don't have any other program for girls. Then a woman become a president. She come hard on the rape, on the rape crime. Even now, women are using rape in Liberia now. Eligible women from 18, women from, let's say, from 18 to 35 are using rape now to be able to exploit men. Yeah. If, for example, Lance, I've been learning to a girl, and I didn't have a job, and I have a job that is paying me like if I make $200 a month, that's a lot of money. In the same way, I say a lot of money. At least I can be able to pay for my rent. I can be able at least to be able to get a 50 pound bag of rice because it's our stable food and one or two.
So
it's not
$200, $200 US can stretch us that much there.
It's not that much. What I'm saying,
yeah.
If I'm not in the habit of drinking, I don't drink alcohol.
Right.
I don't smoke. I'm not a drug user, and I'm not. I can be able to use that money to pay my rent. I could pay like $40 a month for my rent. I use $60 to buy my food, my rice, and my small provision.
So if you were to,
I use it to buy one or two.
If you were to have $500 US a month, that would drastically change your life for the most part.
Oh, if I have $500 US per month now, as I'm speaking to you, I will go back to college. I will go back to a government college, and I look for scholarship. But I can go back to a government college where I'll be paying $300 for credit hour, 300 Liberian dollar, which is about $4, which is about $3.80 US for credit hour. Because the private universities here is $18 US for credit. The law school here is $150 US per credit. The government university here for BSc level credit hour is like recently they took it to $5 US, but there was a whole lot of demonstration. And it wasn't easy. The masses are saying that it's a lot of money because every 100 young men and women you see, you will find only 10 that have a job. And out of the 10 that have a job, you will have 5 or 6 that have a job that they can afford $200 US. Then you have 4 that have a job that they have been paid maybe 75 to 80 to 90 US dollars. That's the ratio I'm giving you.
Wow.
So you will find 90% that doesn't have a job. So if for example, Carlton Peters, if I'm working for $200, I will have like, we call it chain, the supply chain. I will have like 10 person holding my shirt because they survive through me. That means it's not really good survivor, but I can be able to afford 1 square meal. If I'm working for $200 US per month, I can afford 1 square meal a day. And that 1 square meal, I can be able to call 2-3 person to come in to have a come and dine with me.
Right.
Even though it will not be satisfactory, but just to keep them up. Emergency. Okay. So if I'm working for $500 US, I can be able to pay for electricity, which is I'll be paying like $40 United States for electricity. Then I'll be paying $40 United States for a 1 bedroom. Then I will be able to maybe, if I can even save $100, I will be able to maybe pay a 6-7 years old child tuition for a year, because every semester maybe I'll be paying 20 to 25,000 for the whole year for somebody that is in like from 5th grade to 9th grade. The tuition here is very high, and even the government school is not free. I thought public school should be free. You want to go and pay for registration, but you pay. You pay for everything.
The reason why I asked you that about just the doubling up a little more so from the 200 to 500, how it would impact your life, is because there are many people here in America who take the money they earn and they take it for granted. And so when you see, and I'm speaking to those here in America and beyond, when you see how a brother like Carlton Peters can live off of 200 American dollars, when the rents here and mortgages here are so high, vehicles are so high, school is so high, the basic necessities are so high. So when you see a young man like this, if you were to come here to America, Carlton, and you were to work for a substantially more money, even though things are higher, you would work really, really hard because you have an appreciation. Not that I'm saying the American dollar is God. We know that that's diminishing and is falling, but you have an appreciation for a currency that right now may be a lot more powerful than what you have in Liberia. And see, this is a teachable moment because there's so many people here in America that they waste their money on foolish things. And we have many people who come from the continent of Africa, in whichever country they're from, or even in the Caribbean, who come to the country and work hard. And we have people here who are Americans, born Americans, not all, but some, but too many, who say, look at them. They're trying to make all the money. Look at them. They are so hungry for the money. I would never do that job because I'm above that. And many who come here would look at them like they're foolish and say, you don't know what a hard life is like. You don't know how hard I had it where I came from. Not even just as far as earning, but the rights and having some hope and the political system there, which we know it's corrupt over here in America, but many don't understand that. So I'm glad that you're saying this right now so that they can understand that here you are, can live off of $200 a month. You're not rich, but you're not dirt poor according to the standards there. You can get a whole lot more and you would know what to do with it. And so this is why many who come here are really thrifty with the money. They spend every dollar wisely. They may have kids here and the kids may become Americanized and get that mentality. But those of us who are here, we need to tighten up more. There are things that are not really important that we go out and buy. We spend so much money in the so-called beauty industry where we're already beautiful, right? We're already a wonderful people. Everybody else is trying to look like us, right? And we spend that money and we attach status with having material goods where I have this house and I have this car and we feel good and we feel high, but we're empty as hell on the inside because we have no unity. Sorry for that rant. I just wanted to say that, Brother Peters.
Yeah, Mr. SCURV, thank you very much. I just want to make a point on certain things. We have a lot of Liberians over there that left. They went to the States on a diversity visa. Some of them went on a resettlement and this. Some of them have been in the United States for probably like 15, 10 to 12 years. They are not able to make one impact into where they came from. They left from here, they were surviving on $1 a day. I see them on Facebook, I see them on Instagram, posting photos of material stuff and all that kind of thing. Their parents, their relatives are living here in abject poverty. If they could only squeeze, because they take pay every 2 weeks. But yeah, we take pay. If you are working, you take pay after every 31 days. And you will not get paid on the 31st. You will get paid the next month on the 5th or the 10th. You don't get paid on the 28th, 29th, the 30th, 31st. You working, they pay you the end of the month, but they pay you the 10th or the 8th or the 10th in the next month. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
Now, you are being respected over there, the policy, the labor. You are paid every 2 weeks. And you get on Instagram, you showing Jordan, you showing that. You came from a home that you don't even have electricity. You came from the slum. You came from a family that you have not been able to sleep under electricity or have a fan or air conditioning. You have not experienced air conditioned living until you could get to the States. You go to Jordan, you go to the store, you go to Neiman Marcus, you go and buy expensive things. And where you came from, your heritage. That's right. Where your parents brought you up from before you could be opportune to go to that great nation in the United States, the Big Apple. You have not been able to even use 5K can build you a 3-bedroom apartment here. 5K can build you a 3-bedroom apartment here. Kitchen, bathroom, self-contained. 5K.
Wow.
Now, a lot of our Liberians, 5K can build you a 3-bedroom apartment here. 1K, 1,200. 1 lot of land, 1 lot to be owned to you. Yeah, we sell land. We don't sell stock or we don't sell houses. It's just that the Liberians that went to the States that came back, they are selling, they come, they buy 2-3 acres, they build and they sell it. But we sell land. Our laws permit also buy land.
So tell me, if I was interested in buying land out there and wanted to go to, I mean, nowhere in this world is safe. But somewhere where it's a good elevation, it's fairly dry, and it's in a middle class area. You know, not upper class or not the worst. I'll just be blunt and say it that way. But something where I could say, hey, I have some property there. I'm building something over there. I'll rent it out, or I want to come out there every now and then. Every year I'll come out there for a couple of weeks and just chill. What would be, and maybe this is something we'll have off of the conversation, off of the show. But I'm going to give you time to think. But what would be a fair price to say what that amount would be just for the land and or building?
Yeah, for a one lot, one lot in a community that is middle class, for one lot, what dry land. I'm not discussing some land. I'm not discussing land that when you build in, if you're not a rich guy, the house is gonna sing. I'm talking about a normal dry hard land.
Right.
You will be paying 1,200, 1,200 or better.
1,200
hard land for a lot, one lot.
And a lot is about the size of what?
Huh?
The size of the lot, roughly the size of the lot would be a quarter acre, so many feet.
No, not a quarter acre. Let me come in. 4 lots. 4 lots makes 1 acre. 4 lots makes 1 acre.
Okay.
So if you got 4 lots, it's 1 acre. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
4 lots make 1 acre.
Interesting.
4 lots makes 1 acre.
Now, see this, and I say this for the reason that, you know, for many, and I'm going to say it, many Black Americans and many minorities here in America who feel as though the cost of living is too high, right? And we have to work so many years here to even get our credit straight, to even accrue enough money to think about buying something, and forget about building, because if you look at places like New York City, really there is no building. You better tear something down and build it back up. And that takes a lot of money. So they renovate, but the prices are inflated. Then we have other places more down in the South, the southern parts, and even in the Midwest, where there's land, but the jobs are not there to support someone who is maybe not skilled as far as having a degree or trained, a regular person who may just have a high school a diploma, and they're working a blue collar job where they can go right on an entry level, and they don't have the hope. But see, these are the kind of conversations I feel we need to have, because this is very interesting that you'd share that, because most of the blue collar people that I know here, they can afford $1,200. Yes, I'm still here. You can hear me? You can hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I'm still here, brother. You can hear me? Yeah, I'm still here, brother. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Hello?
Yeah, if you can't,
hello?
Yeah, call me back. If you can call me back, because I think, again, the signal has been compromised. So I already know that. So I cut the call with him so he can just hear the dial tone and call back instead of just waiting there for so long. But until he calls back, I want to say this is interesting. So imagine people putting away $100 a month, $25 a week. That's $1,200 a year. Can you find $25 a week, right? In your work week, that's $5 a day. You might have to walk to work, or not get that fast food lunch, or not get that, or just cut a trip to the so-called beauty parlor. Stop smoking cigarettes and stop drinking and killing yourself. If you get tax returns. Some people beg in the street and get more money than $1,200 a year. I think that's very doable. I think for many who don't make much money at all and who are living below the poverty line, and I'm watching out for his call, and I hope he does call back, because he's given us some really wonderful information, that even they could afford it. And of course, you know, there's relocation, and there's the cost of traveling. And if you were to travel out there to see what you're getting, but if we have more dialogue, we have social media, we have camera phones, we have people that we can trust, we can forge relationships with others across this planet. So this wicked system here that wants to suck you dry and suck the life out of you and have you jumping through hoops for 20 and 25 years just to pat you on the head and give you a gold ring and a 401 retirement that's based on a very unstable economy, that you can get land, that you can purchase this land. And for those who are calling me, make sure that you call on my other number or call 888-575-3769, because I'm having all my phones are jumping for some reason. When I have shows, folks call me that way. But I'd like to do that. I think I can find $1,200 this year. I've been talking to Brother Carlton Peters for a long time. and he is free with his information. And this is what we have to do. We have to stop looking at other countries that we may not be in or may not know anybody as some big, dark, forbidden place that is just a place that we wouldn't want to live in. We look at the news and we hear the propaganda. How many teachers, for those of us growing up back in the day, me being 53 years old, back in the day for me, it might be different for somebody else who's 25. But whenever the kids would joke and say, oh, I would never want to live in Africa, it's nothing but mud huts, wild animals running around, and savages. Many of those teachers didn't dispute that. They stayed quiet, but they knew better. See? And what I've learned is that most of the population of Africa, depending on which country, right? But I heard in Nigeria, 85% of the population lives basically in a metropolitan area. But that's not what comes to mind. See, so we got to smash down these barriers and reach out to other people and speak. And this is what I do. And I speak to so many people in so many different countries. And today happened to be something that we shared, but on a regular basis, it's not a country I don't speak to. And I ask questions directly because this overseer, this oppressor here who benefits from you being here and only thinking of yourself as an American citizen in a very limited fashion, they benefit, but they go worldwide. See? Now, see, what's to stop one of your oppressors from going to Liberia after hearing this news? They probably already know it, right? And they go and they say, you know what? Ha, 1,200 for a lot. Well, damn it. Let's buy up 500 lots, right? Let's buy up so many acres of this land and develop it. And you don't really have to be a super rich person to do so. You can get an accident settlement. You can get your tax returns. I'm not saying you can buy that much. But why can't a few of us get together and say, hey, let's all purchase 1 acre, 1,200 for a lot. That's 5,000 for an acre. For those of us who are serious, why can't 100 of us get together and get 100 acres of land and create our own subdivision elsewhere? You get all your childhood buddies up who are retired, and you have some type of timeshare that you build out there where throughout the course of the year, there's always someone there living there for the 2 weeks or 3 weeks while you're not there to make sure everything's all right. And as much as the money stretches, I'm just throwing out ideas. As much as the money stretches, it wouldn't be hard to send that nephew who doesn't want to do much around the way, and maybe some of his friends, and say, hey, we sending you out there because you're going to live there for free, but you're also going to be security. You're going to make sure that things don't happen over there with those properties. And yes, here's Brother Carlton again. I had to run my mouth until he called back. Yes, brother, you're back. I was holding it down with a little skirt. Yes. Yes, brother. You can hear me. Yes. Yes. I don't know why the call is not going through. Let me do something here. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, hold on, brother. Hold on. I'm going to join it back with my system. Hold on. I know exactly what needs to be done. Hold on. Okay, when we start flashing here, we're in. Good. Okay. Thanks for your patience, brother. I'm surprised this call is going as smooth as it has, even though it's a long distance call. But you did the right thing. Yeah. I knew you'd call back.
Okay. I'm hanging on.
Yeah. Continue on, brother, because I was speaking to the listeners about the land and the possibilities. And, say, for example, I know you very well. And a bunch of us here invested on getting several acres. Like, say, I would get an acre, and I'd get maybe 10 friends of mine to get an acre. And then we would get some of the guys that are over here who are unemployed plumbers and unemployed electricians and unemployed masons who are looking for work here but can't find work in the oppressors' jobs, and they came over to Liberia, right? And we would fund them because it wouldn't take much to live, and you know, you would help them, and we'd build a complex there. We build a subdivision there and live and do business that way. You see, because where there's no opportunities here, there are opportunities there. Where there might not be the money opportunities there, we have it here and can transfer the wealth over. And this is what so many are doing, because when you look on the continent of Africa, look how many Chinese are over there building. You see? Look how much of the British are over there building. But here we are over here in America, you know, Black Americans, not all, but too many, who are more concerned about their church hat and the new Lexus they're going to get. And they already live in a big home, but they want a bigger home to be able to throw off on somebody who doesn't, but behind closed doors, they're suffering to pay their mortgage. Why can't they sacrifice like you're sacrificing, but deflect what they can make because they're in position and send it out that way and do something for themselves that would stretch a lot longer and retire over there, but still keep the connection here to make it easier for brothers like you. And we all benefit.
Yes, Lance, Mr. SCURV, I just want to make something clear. Thank you very much.
Yes.
To acquire land here, to develop here, I don't know why the African American, especially the Black, they start looking at their color. They know that history says that they hail from Africa. And I will just give a little brief light on the slave trade.
Yes.
One of the slaves that came from Africa, besides Congo, which is the Democratic Republic of Congo, DR, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, bulk of the slaves came from here.
Right.
So if you're a Black man, you're a multi-millionaire, you're a king of New York, you're P. Diddy, you're Sean Carter, you this, you that. Even Tamahali, that play they play the American football. Right. Tamahali, he was here this few days. He's from here.
Really?
Tamahali. Even Oprah Winfrey, she made a comment that she came from Bone County. That's my father's homeland, Oprah Winfrey. She came from here. So why is it that we don't want to get deported when they come to Liberia? I got more than 37 home deportees. Some from Providence, Water Street, some from Pawtucket, some from Philadelphia, some from Washington, Maryland, some from different Michigan, Detroit, Minnesota. I got a lot of friends that some of them spent 27 years into the States, 30 years. They didn't even buy a half lot, which is $600, a half lot.
Wow.
To do anything there. But when they got deported, before they called Liberia, Mama Liberia. Now, according to history, Marcus Garvey, he was on his way to Africa, but precisely Liberia, when he got hijacked on the ship and they got rid of him, he decided to kind of settle. Why would our Black American guys, they're entrepreneurs, they're entertainers, they got a lot of money, they're allowing white guys to come here and develop here and make good money here. Besides land, hard land, concession. Yeah, you can pay for concession on Mining Creek, where you can be able to explore and get gold resources. You can pay for area to the government where you can be able to get diamond and gold. You can pay for acres of land where you can plant palm, pineapple, bananas, plenty, and where you can be able to plant avocado, where you can be able to plant rubber and other things.
That's what I'm talking about.
British are doing it now. A few times now in Liberia, the Chinese are taking over. The Lebanese from the Middle East, even the Nigerians. So I talked to my brothers. I said, why? If you were not deported, you couldn't sit down to talk with me because you felt that I couldn't enter Neiman Marcus for shopping. But if I go to America, God help me, for sure. I tell you, Mr. SCURV, I'm not going to take anything from any store besides J.C. Penney. I love J.C. Penney a lot because I would sacrifice to buy $1 T-shirt or $1 Denny, and I'll be comfortable to build something good back in Africa. I will be able to make sure that each one teach one principle. I'll be able to particularize it back home here. Because if I able to create job for my brothers, I able to get acres, get farm, even the pocket water. I open mineral water to sell for my people to get clean water that pass through ultraviolet light process. I'll be able to come and even open a some sort of a business where I sell fertilizer, other stuff to help farming equipment. I'll be able to plant. I mean, lands are very cheap here.
Yes.
So the Lebanese, the Arabs, the Chinese, they are investing in the Brits, but the Americans are not. The Americans are not. Even the African Americans, they are not. Well, even our people that leave from here to the DD program, they don't develop. They don't do anything here. Wow. I don't know why.
Well, you know what? You know what?
To compare them.
You know what? This time next year, maybe even before the year is out, I'm going to have some land over there, brother. We're going to talk.
Oh, look, take it free from me. As I'm talking to you, my grandmother, she's not living, but her sister's alive. She got land. She said acres of land. It's just a problem here. What we have a defense minister here. My grandmother's sister got acres about acres. I'm making palaver with her right now because I said, look, Grand, you can be selling all this land, and you can, although you got some, you got a few, but you can be selling all the rest.
Right.
She said, yeah, but I'm going to sell it because I don't want to leave and the other children go and sell it because she got some kids. She got her son onto the streets of about 37 years. He have not been able to build a 3-bedroom house yet. He live in New Jersey.
Wow.
He's my grandcousin because he's my grandmother's sister's son.
Right.
Can you imagine? So his mother had over 400 acres. It was like 700 acres. But she has been selling. The guy has not been able to even do 3-bedroom house who cost about $5,000, $5K. He has not been. He's been in the state for more than 27 to 30 years. So the old lady is selling the land. She said, I'll be selling because if I don't, maybe my grandchildren will start selling. But I have one child, and he's in the United States. He's just there for 37 years. And can you imagine, Lance? He only visited Liberia once. He came here probably like 10 years ago after he has stayed 20 years plus in the United States. And it's not him alone. I know a lot of people that when I was even between the age of 10 to 9 years old, they went to the United States. They have not returned to even make a visit here. The only time they come here when they get deported. Even you can be a green card bearer, you can be a citizen by birth. I mean, you can be deported.
Right.
So why would you wait to come home and do something only if you deported? Why? The home depot, I got more than 37 friends as I speak to you, they are deported. Some of them stay 27 years in the States, 30 years, and all that. Or they bring their tattoos, earrings in their ears, tools, and series. You can get anything out of them. Even a lot of them don't have a profession. Like, can you imagine you got a free public learning over there from first grade to high school, even community colleges, vocational colleges? Why would you come home and you got nothing to offer? You got nothing. You cannot be able to even contribute to the society. So it makes us scared. We say, oh no, but we want to send our children to the states and get an opportunity when they are like 10, 15 years. We want them to be like 30 years or 27, 28 years. So they can know how to suffer in Africa, how life is hard here, how you can make use of the least opportunity you will have, and so forth. It's a disgrace, especially to Liberians. They go there, they do shoplifting, they go to the supermarket, they become drug dealers, they become street robbers, they do a whole lot of funny things. If you check on a lot of them, I was deported because most of the time I go to the Ministry of, I go to the immigration office. Because when you are deported, the immigration picks you up from the airport and bring you to the office. I go there to do I'm an explorer, land. I love adventure. I love finding out. I love to know things. I love to search. I love to do my practical knowledge. Since I don't have the opportunity yet, I don't make money to go to college, but I do more practical things. Sometimes I go to the USIS library, Mama Point, right? The American embassy is right there. We go there with our ID cards. We go and get information. And one or two things is based upon this that I even got to know your application and your site. And then I tell you, it's a disgrace. You have more than 5,000 Liberians that have been deported to Liberia, and you can only find maybe 10 or 12 that are doing something that and making impact in the life of other Liberians, less fortunate Liberians, limited Liberians. So for you, I can give you the fact. I can tell you the fact for free.
Yes.
You come there, you get a land here. You don't want to live here. vacation. I got some friends from London. They come here most of the time. Most of them, the Jamaican, British Jamaican guys. They go land here. They come here sometimes when they have their leave or they have vacation. They come here. Some of them they build houses. They rent it or a guest house.
Yeah. But see, not only that, but to build that and to build an extra couple of extra wing to it and say, hey, you know, brother, go there and stay there forever. Make sure that things are kept up. Make sure it's safe. You can still work your job, but that's a place that you can stay in exchange for, you know, just being there. You stay there free. And even when we come there, you still stay there. We'll be in a separate part. And we just know that we have someone there who can get the mail and just certain things. And you can have free reign there and still do what you have to do. And whatever extra that we can send over, that even if times were hard with work, you're good, you know, but just to have a person that you can trust, because we've got to start to look at each other as an extended family, right? And of course, we know that in this world, we have evil people who are looking to get over, and trust has to be earned, but we have to start somewhere. And after dealing with you for so long and knowing your spirit, I'm willing to take a chance and say, hey, you know, let's do something like this. And it can be beneficial, because if we saw each other as family, right, as so many other cultures do, that even when they may not be directly blood related, they see each other as part of a greater whole, right? They're not going to cross each other because their culture is at stake. Their existence is at stake. And they know that others will devour them if they start to turn it on each other, and others will exploit that. So if we see each other as family, and of course we have to be careful with those who come with the family word in their mouth, because sometimes they come at us looking to take us off in the name of unity. So we still have to be careful. But for those who are the tried and true, right, we got to start to extend ourselves, because as long as, say, for example, I'm over here and I was born in America, and I know that, but I'm a black man and I'm connected to you, brother, through something higher and more divine. So we are not our boundaries. I can't say, oh, we know you were born in Liberia and you live in Liberia, but we're family. So now that changes everything. When you know that you have family, that if you come to America, you're going to come here and stay with me, you see? And if we come out there, we'll come and be near you or around you, and you'll help us around. So if we think that way, our unity is the only way we're going to make it in this world, because as many who are listening can see, oppression is here in the United States, oppression is there in Liberia. But see, we're all over the place. And this is what the oppressor messed up when he took us and spread us all over. He sprinkled us all over the planet, but we were already there. But he kept us from knowing that. But we're all over the planet, and he has most of us thinking that we are our nationality. We are one people. We just happen to be all over the place, speaking different languages and having sometimes a different set of culture, right? But that being said, if we break down what they put on us, some of us say, well, oh no, I'm French. Oh no, I speak English. Oh no, I'm Latino. I'm Spanish. But you're all black. The ethnicity you have, you're black. You have culture, you have nationality, and you have ethnicity. And so many of us get that confused. Culture, anybody can get down with the culture of Jamaican music and Jamaican food, or Liberian music and Liberian food, right? But most of us, I am not a Liberian in nationality. I'm a Black American. I'm born American, right? But our ethnicity, you look at my big lips and my wide nose, right? I'm a black man. I may be of a lighter complexion because of the mixing down through the generations, but that is what I am. So many of us have got to understand that we try to separate ourselves because of nationality or a language or a culture. What's the ethnicity? See, what is our dominant ethnicity? So, and this is why over on this side of the planet, we'll have some Spanish speaking blacks that the slave ship happened to drop off down in Puerto Rico or Dominican Republic. And they'll turn around as black as they are, and they say, oh no, I'm not black. I'm not black. Your ethnicity, yes, you are. You just happen to have a different nationality and might enjoy a different set of a culture. Culture, nationality, and ethnicity. And the oppressor wants us all confused on that. And we need to be clear on that. Sorry for the rant.
Yeah. Let's one of the things, if we want blacks as a whole, let's not be specific to African American. Thinking as you are thinking, I think the development of Africa is going to be, very rapid. And one of the things that I wanted to enlighten you about here, you see, when you use car over there because like me, I think you have seen some of my posts on Facebook. I'm an agent. I'm an agent when it comes to selling people used cars from the United States, to be specific, especially the small cars and the SUVs. Especially, I'm not talking about those expensive American cars like Chevrolet, like Chrysler and stuff. I'm talking like those Japanese American cars like Nissan, Toyota, like.
Well, those are the better cars. Those are the better cars anyway.
But in Liberia, the car that's prescribed for Liberia is economical and cheap. Nissan and Toyota.
Right.
We prioritize. We take Nissan and Toyota. Yeah. So I got friends that I've encouraged from the United States. Some friends that we grew up together and they left. They left some 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Right.
I didn't understand what here. I visited her 1 or 2 times, but a lot of them don't do that. Now, this is the process usually we use to build in Africa, especially those Liberians that went to the States or other people. What they do, they buy these cars that you guys are not using. Accident car, 800, between the amount of 900 to 2,500. It could be sedan or SUV. Yes, cars that are not being used again. It's all people not using it. Even some of them, they have small minor problems.
Right.
Like a 900 car could be sold here for 4,800 or 4,500 minimum.
Wow.
For 900 car. Then you pay, if you're shipping from Philadelphia, you pay like 12, you pay like, for 900 car, you pay like 800. But if like an SUV, you pay like 1,200 to 1,400 to ship it here.
Right.
Now, if you buy an SUV that costs 1,700 or 2,500, 2,500 SUV, we sell it here for 7K. 7K.
7K American.
Okay. Now,
American dollars.
Yeah, 7K. Yeah, 7K American.
Wow.
In Liberia, I don't know what Liberia is developed. We don't use our money. We don't prioritize our money. And then you take Liberian man. If you come to buy something for him, the first country you ask for is US dollar. The only country in Africa that you see
You're breaking up a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit. Just move to a better spot. You broke up for about maybe 10 seconds.
Can you get me now?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you now.
You getting me now, right?
Yes.
Okay. US dollar is our major currency here, besides our national currency. If you send me $100, for example, if I go to the bank, they will give me $100. They will give me our local currency. Nigeria, Ghana, Guinea, Sierra Leone, they won't give you the US dollar. They will give you the local currency. We sell everything here in US dollar. If even to buy credit or data in US dollar. Everything here is in US dollar. So Liberia is the only country in Africa that you see US dollar in the streets. Even our local alcohol that we call King Juice. King Juice, if you have any Liberian, or if you have any Liberian friends, or any of them down there is listening to me, some of them have been there for 30, 40 years, 17, 18, 10 years. They know what I'm talking about. King Juice. King Juice is made out of sugar, alcohol, rum. It's like vodka. That's the African vodka.
Okay.
Even that is bought in US dollar here. People buy in US dollar.
So tell me, what do we have here in America that you can use or that you would need to turn a profit over there that's really exclusive that you can't get anywhere else? Well, I mean, you can get most things other places, but if you said, Lance, please send me this. This is valuable. What would it be?
The fact that it is for you to buy is a used car, or car that is out of your market, like a Geo Prison, small sedan, or Toyota Camry, small sedan. Like the models are the new model we buy is from 1995 to 2000. But I prefer 1998, 99 models. Those are what we buy here.
Right.
Because they are very strong and economical.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So you prefer those vehicles because they're more affordable, they're more economical, and it's easier to work on them more so. Because this is what I hear. I have an old Toyota Corolla that I get around in, and people tell me, man, that car's in good shape and that engine is gold. And man, you know, I hear mechanics and guys who are on the other side of the law who salivate when they see that vehicle. They say, man, that is one gem, as opposed to something that's straight up brand new, because you can do more with it. So I could imagine in a place where maybe it's a bit more of a challenge to get parts and certain things that you can work on things yourself. You can order the parts yourself, but from over here. So we need to talk, man, because there are a lot of vehicles that I see that fit that description, and that's not too much to say to send it over, and we can do something. And see, again, I'm saying this to say that it can be mutually beneficial when we think beyond the scope of just the American shores here. There's so many Black Americans who are here saying, man, I need a job. Well, there you go. There's your job. You go around and you go on places like Craigslist and you go to the local places there. You speak to people. You see a car in the yard. That's money. Now, because we're dealing with Brother Carlton, we're not going to demand the top price. We're going to work it down so you make a great profit, and we can make a little profit, you know, for our effort.
Of course.
But if we think beyond, when you speak to somebody, it doesn't even have to be, and I'm speaking to Black Americans in Liberia, or you speak to somebody in China, or you speak to somebody in the Philippines, or find out what it is that they need from us here. It may be something different if we're speaking to somebody in Brazil or somewhere else. But there's some advantage that we have here because of our positioning. And lots of times we get ripped off here by people who have that leverage and who have that focus in business and who have a broader way of looking at the world. And that's money right there.
Yeah.
So I really want to work something like this, man, with you, and do something like this, because that would be phenomenal. Because there's so many that I know from the continent of Africa and different countries who have said, Lance, with your reach and the way that people trust you, you should be doing business across the water. And now I really see it. Well, especially when you break it down to dollars and cents, just off of, and the money may not go exactly like that. It may be a difference in the shipping, or a difference in how much is retrieved from an exchange that way. I'm cool with that. But the bottom line is that you see the beauty. Yeah.
You're still not going to lose.
Right. You're not going to lose.
You're not going to lose. That's no way you can lose. Because the food going stage in Liberia now, agricultural vehicles are very important. We don't like the American vehicles, several like the V8. They cost a lot of gas. We don't have parts for them yet. Like the Tacoma, the 1998, 99, from 95 to 98 model. The Toyota 4Runner 1995 model, Stitch. Those all old models. They are very strong, and we have the parts here a lot. Like the Toyota Corolla DX, the Toyota Camry, the old type. All my models, all the models that go fast is from 1995 to 1999.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those are models that go here a lot. And mostly for the pickups, the one you call pickup, the trucks. We call the trucks. The one with the twin can. The 2 doors or the 4 doors are mainly the 2 doors, because we want more space to buy. So we use it for agricultural purposes. NGOs use them. We even use them for transportation. We use them to go cross country. In the off-road country. People buy them. Right. Those are having plantation, people that got their farmlands and stuff. Mm-hmm. But I tell you for free, Toyota Corolla, the DX,
yes.
Toyota Camry, Toyota RAV4, RAV4, 1998, 95 to 98 model.
Oh wow!
We don't love Honda. We don't love a Chevrolet. That's for the upper class people that only drive around Monrovia.
Wait, you know what? Let's look to. I'm telling you straight up. I'm so excited about this. let's look to set something up, because I have a really great mechanic here. I mean, a really great, trustworthy mechanic here. And for those who are in the Orlando area who are looking for a really, really, really good, transparent, I'm talking about when this guy does work, he tells you, he gives you options on the different levels of repair that he will do. After everything is done, he shows you, he takes pictures of things, and he makes sure you know every part of everything that's going on. And then the price is really a dirt cheap in comparison. And it's a local guy here. So I know that when it comes time to that, you know, I'm in connection with that. So lots of times, you know, we claim that we're hungry, but we're sitting in the kitchen with uncooked food. Now, not that I eat these foods, but you'll have a chicken there, some eggs there, you know, some cheese over there, some milk over there, whatever. You say, I'm hungry. Well, combine those things and make a meal. And so this is what we have to do. And we have to be creative in how we make our money. It's not going to come, especially here in America, it's not going to come from a job. It used to be many, many decades ago, possibly for some people, and a whole lot more when the dollar was stronger, because in 2016, the American dollar is only 13 cents of what it used to be in 1973, right? But there was a time when one person can work in the family. Now, you didn't live rich, but that one job could take care of the mortgage / rent, the car, food, insurance, medical, all these different things for the most part. Now, the Black experience, it wasn't always that way, but we weren't suffering as much. We were suffering with racism. And yes, we were marginalized with money and didn't get the better paying jobs for the most part, but we still weren't suffering on a financial level. Now, everybody over here in America is suffering, and we're looking at each other. We're thinking, oh, the opportunity's here. And these corporations and these big businessmen, they're all over the world and they're enjoying it. See? So we need to be able to do the same thing. I can't stress that enough. And that being said, Brother Carlton, we'll communicate more through the Facebook page where we're going to be talking. I definitely want to do something with you. I just want to line up things on this side, and I just want you to tell me what it's going to require, and I'm going to find out here with shipping.
I'm going to update you. I'm going to give you a breakdown. I'm going to update you on that lens, and I'm very thankful and happy that at least if we can find 100 or 50 persons like you that will have interest in at least starting or something in Africa. Right now, I'm on a project for a friend that's in Washington, D.C. He's been there 3 years now, but he surprised me about my childhood friend. He's, if he listens, I know he listens because I told him about you, about your internet radio. His name is Jamel Fouad Nurek. He lives in Washington. And I'm on his project. He just sent one Nissan from 1998 model stick and a Toyota Tacoma pickup automatic in 1999. And we sold the car, and we started his project. We sent one money back to him so he can be able to buy another one and put in the container and send it. Then we bought his land. We bought him 2 lots, and he's building a house. But the house that he's building, it's a 1 floor. Downstairs, 4 rooms, 3 bathrooms. Upstairs, 2 rooms, office, and whatever, and a carport. With a swimming pool in the back, but the house would cost between 35,000 to 40,000. But he's doing it gradually because every time he buys 2 cars, he sends the 2 cars. We sell one. If he sends 4, we sell 2. We use the 2 on his house, and we send the other 2 to him so he can be able to buy another cheap car to load it and send it. That would be his capital, the 2. Then the other 2 is his profit. We invest it into his house. His mom is here. His sister is here. Even though I'm his friend, but he coordinates everything to me. Only thing I pay respect to his mother and his sister. I take them to the site wherever I'm doing. I make sure they are part of it and they are updated. Of course, because they are his immediate family. But as a friend and a childhood friend, he trusted me, and his house is going out. It's almost to his level. That's what we've been doing.
Man, this is exciting.
And he's not feeling that. He's not feeling it. He just told me, say, by when we get the tax return by December or what, I'm just going to use mine to just buy cars and put in a container. And you just send my capital back to me, and the other one, they buy material for my house. So there you guys will buy February or February, and it will be finished with a house. And he's coming to Liberia December to come and see the house. But I update him on the internet. I'm giving the visual aid of everything that we do here. I send all the receipts to him via email and everything else. And that's how we do it. I encourage him. He didn't want to do that. But somebody told him, I helped them before. So and everything in Netherlands is about trust. Let me
Yes.
tell you something. People
Yes.
are out there listening to me. A lot of Liberians may be listening to say, oh, people trust their family members. They lie to them. They want to take other people's houses photo and send it to them. Some people trust their friends. Some people even trust their girlfriends. Some people even trust their wives that they marry before going to the States. And they send so much that they didn't even see anything. And a lot of people have destroyed the confidence of other people. It's like us here. When a Liberian guy goes to the States and married to an American, whether she's an African American, and gets his status, then he starts acting funny.
Right.
He starts going around gallivanting, and then after he got status, he divorced and go other places. We got a lot of stories like that,
Yes.
especially for the Nigerians. So in everything you do in this life, that's why you being Christian, Muslim, Judaism, Buddhist, free thinker, atheist, or whatever. Confidence.
Yes.
Yes.
Well
You got
said.
to fight for trust and confidence because it gives you recommendation, and recommendation is limited beyond borders.
That's right.
Recommendation takes you to places that your degree cannot take you. It takes you to places that your qualification cannot take you.
Truth.
When you are recommended because you are trusted and trustful, you can do better. You can find your life like a life of a good guy. There's a kind of saying I call it good guy. That it don't mean that you.
You're breaking up.
It's a guy that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that. Are you getting me now?
Yes, I'm getting you. Loud and
Hello?
clear. Yes, I can hear you.
A good guy is a guy that. A good guy is a guy that, besides respecting himself, will be able to be tolerable, will be able to trust and confidence. I've seen a lot of stories of people that went into state, even from my native community that I was born in and grew up.
Yes.
I got more than 37 persons that grew up from where I grew up from in the States, between Providence, New Jersey, Philly, Minnesota, and Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
But out of that 37, I've only been able to see 3 that are able to develop a property here. And out of the 37, only 7 have visited here since they left. 7. Others have been there for 20, 15 years. Some of them have been there, their parents passed out. They are not able to afford a plane ticket to come. Can you imagine that, Len?
Yeah.
You stay in America for 17 years, and your mother passed out, or your father, or in a very deplorable health condition, facing high health deficiency.
Yes.
You are not able to even afford a ticket. And I have guys here that they got a businesses here. They do 1 or 2 things here. They got people renting from them. They invest here. Even if they don't, they are other job. The property here provide money and they send it to them through Western Union and they got ticket to come. Can you imagine? They got people that raise money from Liberia. In fact, let me tell you something today. People are hearing me on the internet radio, Lance.
Yes.
They got 90% of our workers, our government officials here, they send money to Western Union to the state. They pay for mortgage. They pay their children university school fees over there.
Mm-hmm.
They pay for everything over there. We did a census here that we checked that the Western Union papers to send, the sending paper is more than the receiving paper in Liberia. 90% of the government workers here, especially those that they imported from the States to work here, they send everything back to the United States. And 20% are business, that people that invested here, real estate. Some of them invested into the car business. Some of them send containers with used things, television, mattresses, gadgets, other stuff. Some of them send other things like farming equipment and other things. And they have their family members, friends here. Some of them, their friends let them down, or family members let them down, but they still were able to survive by finding trusted people. And both parties survive. If you teaching me how to fish, I'm able to fish. That the day you're not energetic, I can give you fish.
That's right.
But if you give me fish and you're not energetic to catch fish to give to me again, and I don't know how to catch fish, you could even die without me helping because I'm not able to fish to give you fish. So it's a tete-a-tete. A man helps you to wash your stomach and your face. That's an African proverb. To help you to wash your back because you can see your back.
Right.
There's no way your hands can clean your back. Well, you should be able to what? Clean your front, your stomach, your chest, and your face.
That's right.
You don't expect the man to help you to wash your back and come to your face and to your stomach and to your hands and wash them for you. No.
You're right.
That's one of the problems a lot of people face. In Liberia around the world, it's confidence, it's trust. The world nowadays, we are in the last days, we're in the wicked generation. It's hard to find people that are trusted. Yeah. But to get trust, sometimes people got to try. You got to give the odds.
You can't give up.
And
you can't let evil win. You can't let negative people win.
Yeah. Yes.
You're so right.
That's the problem. So investing into Africa here, Africa is the only continent. I can call Africa Asia, even though the hardships here and other things, but I call Africa Asia because this is a place that we don't experience disaster, except for West Africa, for Liberia. I know we are not ever experienced earthquake. We have not ever even ever experienced what they call drought. We have never experienced a tornado or Hurricane Katrina or whatever. We have never experienced that here.
Right.
The only thing we experience here is mosquito. We have experienced Ebola. We have experienced poverty because our leaders are corrupt. They don't put the country at heart, and both our leaders do not have their beneficiary here. Rather, they have in the United States.
That's right. Because
we are living in mental slavery, meaning that if I leave from here, I go to the States. I graduate from Harvard Law School, or I graduate from Harvard or Yale Law School, or Columbia University, or Penn State, or California State University. I come here, even if my friend graduated from the University of Liberia, I know that his papers will not be recognized. It will not be even accepted. I could get a bigger job than him.
Right.
But then I make the money. I send it back to the States. I got to pay for mortgage. I got to pay for this and that. I got to change my wife's car, my children's car in the university. And I don't even invest in where I'm making the money. The day I'm off the job, I book a ticket, I'm back to the States. And that's where we have been misled for years. We are 169 years old.
Right.
But if I go to the States, I have an opportunity. I go and learn. And when I learn there, I see how the people make things decent, how the people do things for generations to come, to be able to benefit. I come here and do something. Even though I'm a woman, I can do everything I am, but I could make an impact in the life of another person. We don't do that here. We just go and learn there, get the education. We use the education to bully others that learn here to make it to look like a lion or a tiger so that they can get afraid. Oh, yeah, don't you? He got a university. He got a degree from Columbia. He got a degree from Penn State. He got a degree from Harvard. He gets a job. He sends everything back to the States.
Right.
And he doesn't do anything here. So that's the problem. But out of every 100, you may find 5 or 7 or 8 that are willing to go the extra mile to develop here. And most of the people that don't do that, they come here, if they come for vacation, they start to their friend's house. Then, for example, I'm in the States. I got 3 friends in the States. I develop here. I build on a 1 acre or even a 2-3 lots. My friends stay in the States for 10 years. He decided to visit Liberia. He found out I got a house. I got a generator. I got 1 or 2 cars in my car lot. And he said, oh, Mama, I'm going to Liberia for vacation. I'll be there for a month. Can I use your house? He doesn't have a house here. Right. He born here. He grew up here. He has not invested here. Then I call over. I tell my boys that live in my flat or my family member that is protecting my property or that the caretaker. I said, oh yeah, I got Johnny Lewis. He's going to be coming down and you're going to pick him up to the airport. You'll carry my car and he's going to be stopping to my house for a month.
Mm-hmm.
He's happy here a lot of time.
That's right.
And Johnny will come. He sleep there, enjoy himself, and he goes back. And he will not have the second thought to say, oh, damn, Carlton has done this. He just been here 6 years. I've been here 30 years. Let me try to do something over there. That's right. They don't think like that. And I understood in the States, you cannot buy land. You can buy only a house. And if you are unable to maintain your house, the house they sell the house, and you look for another cheaper flat to go to. But yeah, you can own as many acres you want to own, up to 400 acres. Right. For little or nothing. Can you imagine? I read about the stars because I love Sean Carter because he got a foundation. Right. I love Sean Carter. I love King James, LeBron James. I love Kobe Bryant. I love 1 or 2 guys that I love over there, and even Oprah Winfrey are people that I really love. I found out that most of the stars got horses on acres, and when I check the cost of the acres of the horses and the property there, he have like Oprah Winfrey have a $50 million house, I think in Chicago or somewhere. If you use $50 million to get a property, you'll be getting almost a county. If you land for sure, for real. Mm-hmm. If you buy one for like 1,200, and you use $50 million just to buy acres, can you divide $50 million by 1,200? You know how many acres you could get?
Exactly.
You gotta get.
Wow.
For a year, I said, where is the 50 million property? When I see in the magazine or go on the internet, I say, wow, these guys are wasting money. They're wasting money. Because they're not wasting money per se. They got to live as celebrity and whatever. But if you think about even investing 10 million in Africa of farmland,
there's lots of money to be made. Yeah. There's lots of money to be made.
They could do something. They could put an impact into a young girl's life or kid life. They could put an impact. They could help to make things right for other people. They could create jobs. They could take a vacation for realization sometime. And they could come. This is a tropical. We have a tropical and a very good soil. If I tell you for sure, if you go to the restaurant, you pay for avocado salad, I think you'll be paying something like $12, $13, $18. But here, you pay avocado, you get $1 can give you like 5 big avocados. $1 can give you those big avocado, almost in the size of a medium pineapple. $1. So if you say you want to pay for like for instance, like seafood and also a lobster, if you buy $10 or $20 lobster here, over there you sell it in the restaurant, it will be worth $100 lobster. I'm telling you for sure, because our river was deep here. So we don't have we don't have a lot of fishing company here. Most of the Liberians that are rich, that millionaires, they are this, that outside Liberia, they don't invest here. Right. So they give the Chinese, they give the Asians, the Middle East, Lebanese, the Indians, they give the Arabs to come and get our money and underpay us. And they bribe the government. Can you imagine a man that is working and even as an accountant for a fishing company or for a construction company, he earns, the highest he earns is $400 per month. An accountant who goes to university and have a BSc and everything, who is balancing a book, balancing sheet that worth millions of dollars, he earns only $400 per month. So the man looks at it and man says, but yeah, labor is cheap, resources are cheap, to invest there is cheaper. You just need to bribe the government, give small thing up front, and you'll be able to, if you can invest $5 million in 2 years' time, you can generate $15 million profit, $20 million.
Right.
Then that's what happening here. And the Liberians are out there. They're going to Neiman markets. They're showing Jordan. They're showing the girls are showing Victoria's Secret, Louis Vuittons, and they're showing all that. And the family members are here. They are living at their property. They can't even. They are not able to even get health insurance or health care. Even 3 square meters, they are unable. And a lot of people over there I see on Facebook land. They show a whole lot of things. And their family, where they live, where they came from.
That's right.
I tell you, as well, in the rainy season, bulk of the houses are leaking. Can you imagine them living in a house where you have to put a bucket or you got to put a basin down so the water, when it gets filled whole night, you keep hauling water on the day. Lens, I can tell you, we are living in a cave era, in the ancient era, where people here, the poverty rate here, people become weapons against their own selves and their families. And we are 10. Our mother had us. 2 was opportune to go to the United States. And they're not even able to help to do something. We're not saying to school. We know you have to pay taxes, you have to pay bills, you have to pay rentage. But can you imagine, every month, if you could make a budget of even $100, your family could be living, at least could be able to afford every 30 days you could send $100. Or you can make a package of $500 for your family to do your SED, small enterprise development, for a small business. Or you come here, you buy 1 or 2 lots and put small businesses on it, or build small houses, like 2 bedroom. People can pay, like here, 2 bedroom apartment is $75 per month. If you put 5 down in the month, 5 times 75, you'll be talking about a good money that can pay a BSc holder per month. That could be able to put 200 or 150 aside for you in an account, and the balance won't be able to maintain your house or your family. But they're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're showing cars, they're showing a whole lot of things. And when they get deported, they only come here with tattoos, and they only come here with tooth in their ears. They come here sagging, and they come here with a bunch of series. That's why a lot of the deportees here are not in business. So the life and the opportunity they make use out of over there, they didn't. Let me tell you one thing in life. It's very good for you to use your home as a 4-by position, because we got an African proverb that says in our code, It's selling the same bushmeat, the one bushmeat in Africa. It's a stick. They put the cable. The cable look like a cut, like a vehicle or clutch cable. They ask a mechanic to tell you what I mean. The vehicle cable is what we use here.
Move to a better spot. There's a little echo in the background, Carlton. You can hear you, but it's a little hum.
Are you getting me now?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, you get me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 4-bar position I'm talking about. If you came from a very poor family, you came from a family that only you or two of you guys were opportunity to go to the States. And you know what it means here. For you to be able to show 1K United States dollar, then I worked for the government for 50 years, you cannot show that in his account. Because the GDP is very low. The salary structure here is low. So
it's getting bad again. You're in and out. You're in and out.
Yeah, hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
We can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm saying, I'm trying to give African progress. I'm saying, like, the people that set trap for the bushmeat, Lance, they go to the bush, they take the clutch cable of a car, they use it here, they go to the various mechanic shop, they take them, the one that's poor, they use it to set trap. They trap is something that they set it in a form like a 4. When it catches the meat, it goes back. If it misses the animal, it goes back. So every opportunity to go to the States and you have not developed your back position, your 4-bar position, which is your home, and tomorrow things turns negative for you over there, or you are deported, or you don't have a job, and you don't have any other way, how can you be able to balance?
Yeah. Because
if you come back home, you got nowhere to be. You left a property that is dilapidated. You are not able to invest into anything. And you come back, the stress kills you soon. You get sick, the stress. A lot of the deportees that came here, I know about 15 to 20 deportees that have died because they couldn't stand the situation here. Can you imagine? They walk, this is the sun, they get to buy water to drink, to purify water. They don't have it. They walk distances. They can get a job. They and they don't have a qualification. They were dancers, they were doing shoplifters. I mean, I don't know. They come here. A lot of them, the stress killed them because they didn't invest here. They didn't have time to do that. But when they're taking government checks beyond them and find out whether you got it, not, they found out, oh, this guy here from Liberia. I think we need to send him back to Liberia. They know that. The white man knows that. Uncle Sam knows that. Or whatever, you can get deported. And they will send you back to wherever you came from because they got a database system that tells them whenever you enter there, whatever thing you do there, before you get a data, and the data keeps record of everything. So if you get messed up and you violate and your punishment deserves deportation, you're going to be deported here. And you can't have your property because you didn't do anything here, Len. So that's just what I want to say. Our government corrupt. Our girls' children here, they don't have any opportunity. The 27 million that Michelle brought here, it will not make impact in any person's life. If you came to sound like it's darkness, it's not going to be used. You're not going to have even 2%. And it's okay. So we know she brought the money. We know she came to help, but the hands that she put the money in, they are not going to help. The corruption is here. Right. To live here when you are earning 40 is better, but how can you get it? There's no opportunity. Lance, I speak to you. I'm not employed, but what I do, I'm almost like an agent. I got friends that send card. I hear them to sell it. I send that money back to them or give it to their trusted families here that can send it back to them.
That's right.
And every card I sell, if I can get even 200 or 100 on it. Some cards I sell, Lance, I want to get $50. It's just because I want to get money to put into my phone. I want to get data. I want to get credits. I want to keep communicating. Right. I want to keep going on the internet.
Keep your
I want
hands
to keep
moving.
keeping my mind free of mental slavery.
Keep your hands moving.
You understand?
Exactly.
Of course. So keep the wheel of industry turning. I'm not employed, but I tell you, Lance, where I live, I'm able to pay my electricity bill. It's $40 per month.
Yes.
I live by faith, and I move. I don't just sit down. I don't live by their faith. I go around. Sometimes it comes, people bring scarf on the street. I go, I say, oh, how you doing? For sale of you. They say, oh yeah. So I said, can you give me your number? Can I have the farm buy for it? What's the price? What's going up for? And I make connections. And God helps me because God says, help those, I help those, heaven help those. Even though it's a slogan, but I believe in it. Those who help themselves. So if I have the opportunity, a friend give me an opportunity to help me to build a house, and through that, even tomorrow I could be fortunate to win.
Yeah,
I think I can
Carlton,
give Carlton and Africa for support.
I'm hearing you, but it goes in and out. Like it's getting more drastic. It's like big chunks of the conversation is going, and everybody here who's listening to you, brother, is so inspired.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I just want to say that.
Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay,
well, what I want to do is wrap this down in another 5 minutes because the audio, we're probably getting 50% of what you're saying, and your enthusiasm and the information that you're sharing is inspiring so many who are listening right now. And I'm definitely going to be getting with you. I'm going to reach out to you later on today. But it's nice that we can have this real conversation and people can really compare apples and oranges, which we're all the same. But many times, again, we're looking out. It's like when you go to the beach at night and you look out and you see darkness. When we think of doing business between different countries, it's like something that we're not encouraged to do here. It's something that doesn't even come to mind. We think about the local job or doing something part-time here and there. But when you can think of empowering yourself by doing what we spoke on earlier, it empowers you. It jumps your spirit. You say, wow, I can do this. And I don't have to go and fill out an application and go in and call. Can I have some overtime or can I have the next 2 weeks off and they turn you down? You're free in this world. We're more free than we realize. That if we can take, a hold of this feeling and execute these things and give ourselves the freedom. Look, other cultures, other countries are doing it. Other nationalities are doing it. Other people are doing it. They have their country and they have business and they do. And for them, it's easy. Why can't we make things easier on ourselves? Why do we have to have this wedge of not trusting and no unity between us when we can open ourselves up? Look, for those people who are here who will say, well, do you send that all the way over that much? Well, what if he ripped you off? Well, look, you know what? I'd rather take a chance with brother Carlton Peters than that person who's not only ripping us off over here, but as you can see, they're killing us off also. So there's got to be a better way. It's best that we turn to each other because, again, I say it's the unity that we have with each other that'll offset and literally stop what they're doing because they'll respect us more and we won't need them if we can do and execute what we have. For every problem, and I hate to use the word problem, I like to say challenge, but I'll say it this way. For every problem, there's a solution. And this is one of the solutions. Think beyond American shores. Think beyond your boss. Think beyond your job. Look at the talents that you have on the inside. And if you can't sing and dance or can draw real good and don't feel like you have that talent, we may have a talent for business. Look at what's around you. See? Don't cry if you have lemons and water and sugar. Make lemonade. If you don't have that, make something else. But survive because you know what? Nobody likes being hungry.
Okay, Mr. SCURV.
Yes.
I would like to wrap it up.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to let you finish it up, brother. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
I just want to send a message across. If you're hearing me, if you're African American, if you're a Liberian, if you are whatever, I want you to take Africa, put it at heart. No matter the circumstances, no matter the situation we face with, you should know that every part of the world that God put people, He knows the reason why He placed them there. But we can make the world better. So even though the government don't care, they only care about themselves, but at least we pray that we can have a peaceful environment to do business through, to walk through. So you African American over there, if you are then investing other places and other things, think about Africa. If you are Liberian American, even if you're not a Liberian, you are African.
Right.
You're a black man, you're a white man, whatever man. Because the whites are investing here. Then what about you? What do you think to tell you that Africa is not good before you go there, you got to be injected? We know you need to take precaution and prevention. But we are here, some of us have not been vaccinated, even though maybe we're used to the situation. But I'm urging you, think about it. Think about it. There are a lot of dignities beyond borders. There are a lot of things that can be done beyond borders. There are a lot of people out there that you can reach to. There are a lot of places that you can call a home. So I would like to wrap it up, Lance. I thank you for the time, and I thank you for giving me this chance to express things that are factual and true that happening where I'm from, West Africa, Liberia, a country that is 169 years old, the country that had the first female African president, and this is where I'm from. And I want to send this word to the United States government and the United States people. I thank you all for sending aid. I thank the First Lady, Madam Michelle Obama, for coming. But I pray and recommend that the next show, that the 27 million, they will have cancer check and balance and know that the girls that need education, the children here, the victims, the children that need help, that will be taken off the streets. The children are being abused of rape, are being used, their parents are being used for ritualistic purposes. The children are the age of 10 to 14 are being mothers, babies, becoming babies' mothers. I hope they will have a program and monitor it so that it can touch the lives of people. So that light that Mrs. Obama says she came to shine, so that it can actually shine in radicalization. So, Lance, I thank you very much. And thank you. And I will call you. I will call you tonight.
Definitely, brother. And as always, the honor and pleasure is mine. And I want to thank you for taking the time and inspiring us, man. I mean, this is for hope that those who are listening have gotten some semblance of hope. And even if it's not executed in this same manner, that somehow, some way they look beyond American shores, because, you know, we're catching hell over here, man. And together, again, I said unity and love and trust and building relationships across the world using this internet while we can is the only way. Brother Carlton Peters, I want to thank you. And I also want to say, download the Lancescurv app at the Google Play Store, the Amazon Store, and the Apple Store. Go to Lancescurv.com. Check out the latest live streams and all the work we do, the blogs, the artwork, the videos, and also subscribe to this channel and share. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook, like the page. And again, like I said, YouTube is where it's at. If you have anything you want to talk about, hit me on the text direct, 407-924-8793. And as always, the call-in number for these live shows is 888-575-3769. Lock those numbers in. You might not need it now, but you will need it in the future. I'm always accessible, and this platform is for everyone. Brother Carlton, thank you so much. And you take care.
Thank you too, Mrs. SCURV. I forgot one thing. My regards to Mrs. SCURV. Yes. And I thank God I'm a fan of Mrs. SCURV's kitchen on the internet. Even though I know one day I will be empowered to pay for some of those decent and delicious meals I see. I just didn't do it visual aid. But I know as I work hard and through faith and hard work, I will be able one day to sit down and dine in Mrs. SCURV's kitchen one day.
I'm looking forward to that.
Mrs. SCURV.
Nothing like a good meal amongst brothers. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm going to tell her just that. Thank you so much. Okay? Take care. We'll be back on later on tonight, everybody, and we're going to talk about this situation in Dallas. Hopefully, we'll have Brother Dave on. But take care. God bless you, Brother Carlton Peters. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
Every Friday evening, tune in to radio's hottest talk show, bringing you the realest, uncensored conversations with the boldest man on the net, Lancescurv.